Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Gaming Quitte, the most delicious Quitte of them all, and today we're going to talk about Chapter 25, Part 1. To be honest, this chapter did not a lot to happen. So basically this chapter starts right after the 2.5 anniversary event, after the gang has beaten the Origin or Bahamut and Satan, saved Auriga, and now all 5 aspects are together that are needed to like create their own world. Like that's the plan the gang has now, that the Auspexes should create their own world so they can rule over that, and Xenos doesn't have power in there, so they can defeat Xenos. At least that's how I understood the plan. So to get those powers, they have to do the trials against the primal dragons. We know that. We've known this for a while now because we've started fighting them. Duh. And so it's basically the first chapter of this, or like the first story part of this chapter. Not much else happens there. They return to the Halidom. Then the gang, Uden, patrols around Alberia, and suddenly Xenos' terminal, so the cubes appear, a tons of rifts appear, and Cleo talks about, I think it was Cleo or Ellison, can't remember right now, starts about talking that this is the beginning of the end. And we see different places where the rifts open up. Like we even see the underwater people from I completely forgot what they're called. But I still am sad that we will never get one of the underwater Zoras basically as playable units. That kind of sucks. We see Hinamoto too. So rifts open up all around the world, and then Ellison just starts talking about how much he loves Uden. Okay. Until the villagers have disappeared, have escaped. And then Uden gets sucked into one of the rifts in space. He sees a giant black spear that's absorbing light. He's inching closer to the spear, but he gets saved by Mordecai, who finally has left the McDonald's parking lot that Ilya left him in. And so Mordecai saves him and then says, yo, I have some important things to say about me and the future of the world. So he meets up with everyone, with Ilya and stuff, and then starts explaining things. So the space where Uden was exists between realities and is full of black mana, as Mordecai says. And as we all know, Mordecai comes from there. You might remember that. Ilya met him through a space rift, and this is going to be important in a second. And then the big space is basically Xenos' stronghold, which sucks up the light, and every light is like every light we see going into the spear is its own reality, is a reality, a world that has been destroyed or has been sucked up by Mordecai, and not Mordecai, by Xenos. And Xenos is basically in that spear. It's a stronghold that expands and is currently expanding into the world where our Uden is in. And we then learn that Mordecai was a mass of pure innocent power back when he met Ilya. We know that. And they ask, how did he survive in this environment full of black mana, you know? How did he get there? What did he do there? And then Ilya says, yo, I noticed that Mordecai is special because he wasn't affected by the black mana. And so that's why Mordecai was traveling around. And then Mordecai talks about how he once was part of the progenitor of Xenos, basically. And he was kinda his heart, and since the heart made the progenitor feel things, he kinda threw it away because it was just in his way, because like his plans didn't align with having feelings. So he then found his way as this innocent mass of pure power to Ilya because she's a primal mark thingy, and this also explains why the other was able to be created. Like Mordecai, I think if I remembered correctly, Mordecai got mad and that rage formed the other, and that also explains why the other was able to control the black mana. So my thought is does this kind of mean that Mordecai is kind of Uden's grandpa? Kinda? Like the other was created by Mordecai, and Uden was created by the other's leftovers, so they're kinda, I guess, or rather, Uden is a clone of Mordecai, I guess you could say. But anyway, there's the terminals are over everywhere and creating rifts. Then we find Primal Midgar because the trials have to somehow be pushed into the story, and then Ilya appears and shuts down the terminals, closes down the rift, and I'm 100% sure this would have been normally a gala moment. Like, if we would still get new characters, I'm 100% sure this is where Gala Ilya would have happened, but she just appears after talking about some stuff and closes everything down. But then Xenos appears, the sky turns black, and Xenos is like, yo, I am now going to create a new world. And that's already it with this chapter. In the preview, we see that Xena apparently is the only one struggling to get her full potential as an aspect. And I guess that's what the next chapter is going to be about. So, yeah, I guess this chapter was... it helped a little bit with the world building, but it didn't really... like, not a lot has happened. We already knew about the trial thingies. This was basically a place to advertise Gala Ilya, but we will not get a Gala Ilya, which is sad. I really would have loved to see like a new design or something for something like that for her. But overall, I guess it's not a bad part. It's just, well, it just not much happened here, so I don't really know what else to talk about. It was okay. It's cool to see Mordecai again finally. He is finally relevant to the story. We finally know what he is. Like, we've probably when did he appear? In the first year? Was it the first anniversary event, or was it the second? I can't remember. It might have been the first or the second. I don't remember. But yeah, we finally know what he is. So that is cool to know that they like have planned this since then. That is really amazing. But yeah, overall, interesting chapter. I'm pretty sure the next part is going to be more interesting, because usually, at least most of the time, the second part of the chapters was more interesting. And then we will be in the final stretches of the story with the next chapter. It's going to be the final chapter, so really excited to see how they end up things. And I'll definitely talk about it here on the channel when it happens. So I hope you guys enjoyed this small little video. I'm back, baby. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and tell me in the comments below what you think about this chapter. And yeah, if you want to know what I'm up to when I'm not making videos, or what I'm going to do in the future of the channel, follow me on Twitter to get updates and stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!